Hello everyone and welcome to another Dominaria United draft. A best of 3 one. Chaotic transformation, not exactly a great card. 6 mana sorcery, then of course you can get a slight value out of this when you exile something that's very good from the opponent, and maybe wait a minute. Yeah, okay, so you can't even exile a creature from yourself and your opponent. You can only exile up to one creature, so it has to be your own that's going to be upgraded, or your opponent's one, which hopefully gets downgraded. Yeah, anyway, it's unplayable in short. Right, I will take the Knight of Dawn's Light. It's a really good 2-drop. Just an amazing quality card. The other stuff in here is a fairly unexciting build around or signpost uncommon, because the 3/3 stat line on this is a little bit on the low side. Coral Colony is definitely a good win condition for the defender deck. Commons, not much to say about them. They are not that amazing commons. There are some solid stuff there, but easily the best card in the pack was the Knight of Dawn's Light. It's also a single color card, so it's just an easy pick there. This is also rather easy. I'm going to take, I could take either of these white cards, but I do like the Salai Acolyte more when I have the option to pay the kicker cost, although with these common lands in this set, the kicker costs can be easy to get, even if you don't have the main, even if your other main color doesn't feature the kicker color. But anyway, I'm gonna take the Barret, how do you say it? Barret Argivian Recruiter. It's pretty decent 2/2, which is not that hard to make produce free tokens, so let's make it happen. Samite Herbalist would be staying on color, but it's just not as good of a card as this white-red uncommon here, so there's a tribute to Urbog as a scatter card set you could pick if you prefer to draft those colors, but I just take the uncommon here. And alright, Wohar is really good, but obviously not really amazing for my first 2 picks. And Talas Lookout, good quality common. These lords, they are not really. This is not a tribal set, so there's no tribal synergies too much. So 2 mana 1/1 that might pump some of you guys and has this other goblin ability is not really something you are gonna play limited too much. So I'm going to take one of these 2-drops, but they are, well, it's not gonna be the amplifier. Not that great when you are white-red, but it could be any of these others. And I have to say that I really like the end list here. The 3 toughness makes it a little bit better, and it also is the card that can actually trigger the Wired, because I actually both the Knight of Dawn's Light and the Benalis Fate Ponder can in fact trigger this, because this having power greater than base power can be achieved in so many ways. One of the ways is to just use a pump ability like this, or like the Enlist ability. +1/+1 counters and all that also work. Now, Cleaving Skyrider is decent. There's an Argivian Phalanx though. Furious Bellow, Coalition, Warbrute. Cards I might play. Even this is, usually you're gonna have a 3 power creature, so this is a 5 mana for your 5/5 Traveler, which is not embarrassing. But this is a 3 mana 2/2 Flash Flyer, not that exciting, but sometimes you will have access to 6 mana, and when you're white-red, this can be a pretty nice abilities. It's any target, it's including players, so you can even deal the finishing touch with this Cleaving Skyrider if you have a very massive attack. And because it has flash, it also counts opponent's combat step 2. Right, well, Heroic Charge is the only. I guess there is a Warhost's Frenzy, and it could also be interesting in this kind of deck, but I'll take the white pump effect now. Not sure if I'm going to be able to pay the kicker cost, and when you are not able to pay the kicker cost, it's not. You lose the nice flexibility this card has. But anyway, I'll take the Heroic Judge. I do realize I have only one red card. Actually, I somehow thought I'm gonna be white-red, but I actually do have only this one red card. Well, that's interesting, because there's a Sacred Peaks I would be happy to take, but there's also Talas Lookout here. Red isn't open, definitely not. Although I did see a bunch of red commons there earlier. So this pick is between Tellus Lookout, Sacred Peaks, and you could maybe consider this main deck Apollo maybe card, but I usually run it as a sideboard option. I don't know, I really want to make the Byard work, so I'll actually take this. This might be a mistake if blue is very open. Although this pack doesn't have anything interesting blue. That said, it doesn't have any interesting options for me either. I guess the Atrocity, if I move to black and white here, although I could take the Sunlit Marsh and have some kicker options maybe happen. Right. It's gonna be the Atrocity or the Sunlit Marsh. Which of them is the pick? I don't know. I'm not that excited about the Atrocity, even if I am white-black, so... Alright. Right, well, this is fairly easy. I do like the Phoenix chick just about enough to make the pick here. I'm kind of soft forcing the red and white archetype now, even though, as you can see, blue-black is open, green is open, so the colors I'm not drafting are open. Alright, so there's a decent 2-drop. There's another Sacred Peaks, but I already took one. You don't, in these pure 2-color decks, which I try to beat now, you don't need like multiple of these. I would run 2 always, but I can take the Steel Crusher here. I like the Enlist 2 for 2. It has nice... I mean, you can attack with this thing into 4 toughness creatures. That's basically it because of the Enlist. Which is usually, the problem with 2 mana 2/2s later in the game. They don't maybe contribute much. Alright, so it's gonna be the Acolyte here. Not sure if I'm gonna play it, but I'd rather have that. Okay, so and in fact I got these, but there's also a pretty late bite down, but red isn't completely cut because I have this, playable 2-drop. Not exciting, but playable 2-drop at pick number 11 it was. Alright, so Warbrute or the Monstrosity. I will take the Warbrute here instead of the Monstrosity, and here it doesn't really matter. Okay. Yep, nope. Oh, there's the Black Knight version. Both are really good, the black and white one. I think I like the white one slightly more because First Strike is combined with the pump abilities maybe like a little bit more interesting than the Menace, but they are very close to each other. Alright, so what's the pick for my colors? I think it is going to be the Take Up the Shield. I really like the card. Very nice trick. Counter spell against removal, and then very good in racing situation. You can just, obviously the default to use is to like win combat with this thing. Alright, I'm taking this thing. Another Cleaving Skyrider is an option. Okay, I also see a lot of these Sacred Peaks. Maybe I get one of these for a total of 2. The pack has some decent cards. Extinguish the Light, very good card for the blue-red archetype. Rona's Vortex is really good. For me, it's basically between the Outrider and the Cleaving Skyrider, so 2 riders. I guess I'll take the 3-drop. And Take Up the Shield versus Infusion, Steel Crusher. How many 2-drops I have? Enough for now. So I don't need to pick the 2-drop. Do I want to have another Take Up the Shield or this kind of a shock variant? Don't really have a lot of removal, but that thing doesn't remove big things. I'm more interested in maybe removal that can deal with big things. How many creatures? 10 out of 12 non-land picks. Right, so it could be either of these, because I do like the Take Up the Shield quite a bit. But I guess I'll take the efficient removal against other aggressive archetypes. It can be quite nice to, maybe kill the 3-drop, because there are 2 toughness 3-drops with 1 mana. Alright, so here I'll take another Faithbinder. Vanquish's Axe. I'm gonna get those later on, and I'm not even sure if I want to run such cards. Alright, here it could be the Captain's Call, but I don't have, apart from the Heroic Charge. Well, I guess, there are 2 of these Cleaving Skyriders too. But I do like the Balduvian Berserker quite a bit. I don't also have that many 3-mana cards. Yeah, it could be the Captain's Call. I will take either of these over the second copy of a Flowstone Infusion. Okay, let's take the enlist guy. At least it's very easy to get tokens with this thing because a lot of my creatures have enlist. And here I'm gonna take the phalanx. It's very easy to get this, you know, cost only 3 mana, so let's take it. Okay, resolute reinforcements, Mesa Cavalier. Alright, well, in this direction my colors are open. They are. I could actually take any of these, well, all the other white or red cards except for the drawbridge that I wouldn't play in this deck. Do I want to have the resolute reinforcements or the 2/1 flyer? There are a lot of reach guys in this format, and also the blue has a common 2/3 flyer, so this might not be that great. I think I'll take the reinforcements over the 5 mana burn spell, which I would consider maybe playable. Alright, another heroic charge. Is it time to play a deck with multiple of these things? Almost makes me regret not picking the token maker 4-drop. Well, I think it's gonna be a better pick than the other options. Okay, I got a Fire Tornado. There's a Goblin Picker. It's funny how this is almost like a Goblin Piker, the classic vanilla 2/1 for 2, which used to be a playable like more than 10 years ago in Limited. Alright, so Fire Tornado for some removal. Yeah, I think I want to have some removal here. I do have 14 creatures with 5 non-creatures here. That's just a 2 mana 2/2 for my deck. The Outrider, well, it will deal 2 damage. I won't be playing the Sunlit Marsh just to have this domain happen, but I'm gonna take it. Not sure if I'm gonna main deck it though. Let's take the red card, which I don't plan to main deck though. Uncommon. Oh, I got the Captain's Call here. That's something I'm very happy about because I have the double heroic charge and of course the Skyrider, which combine with it quite well, and now there's a reason to actually play the, you know, Sunlit Marsh. This kicker cost is worth playing an extra tapped land in the deck. Now, and this is the thing about this card is that you are just happy to play a easy to cast 2 mana 2/3 with lifelink in basically any limited deck always. But I will have the option to kick it if I hit my Sunlit Marsh. Phalanx is, if this wasn't here, I would take the Phalanx. I quite like it, but this is gonna be such an efficient 2-drop that I'll take it here. And Citizen's Arrest, take up the shield. Yeah, I do like to take up the shield, but maybe I should take a removal spell that can get rid of, you know, anything big and annoying that prevents me from attacking. Alright, so now I won't be taking a Blast of Heroes. I don't need a Benalis Faith Bonder. I actually have 2 of them. I might be cutting one of them when I get, you know, above 23 cards. 16 creatures now, so it's going to be a land, but it could be a Sunlit Marsh or the Sacred Peaks. I think it's going to be the Peaks. I have only 1 black kicker spell, which I always won't be even kicking. Sometimes I'm gonna play it just as a 2-drop 2 mana card, so I'm not going to play an Ender Stepped land. That only helps with that. With the Sacred Peaks, my, you know, main colors will be easier to cast. Now there's another black kicker spell though, but I think with the 2 double heroic charge I don't need this kind of an effect anymore. Now there is a Geothermal Bog. How deep do I want to go with the kicker enabling? Because Enter Tapped lands, yeah, they do have a serious drawback too. Flowstone Infusion, I have 1. I wouldn't main deck 2. I would want to have a sideboard option for, I mean, for aggressive archetype matchups. I mean, okay, so let's take the block. That's not 2 ways to splash the thing there. Okay, how about this? There's another Sacred Peaks still. Nope. I mean, it's basically between the Molten Monstrosity and the Sacred Peaks. I won't have easily, well, I guess with Enlist I can have even higher power creatures, but they might get blocked. Okay, I don't think I need a 3rd Sacred Peaks. The 2 shall suffice with the other 2, you know, Ender Tapped lands, so I don't want to have too many of things that enter tapped. Now, Coalition Sky Knight, it has its moments maybe, but I think I'll just take the 3 mana evasive creature after all, because I really don't like the fact it's a 2 mana, a 4 mana 2/2, even though it has 2 relevant abilities. But Sometimes you just don't want to pay 4 mana and have a 2/2 on the battlefield without any immediate impact. Alright, so here I don't think I'm gonna play the Librarian, so let's just take a random uncommon here. And Artillery Blast for sideboard. Yeah, sure, I could have the Vanquisher's Axe for sideboard too, but won't be able to splash that. This is too expensive to use. So let's take this against other archetypes that are trying to, raise me. Okay, I'm not playing, a third Faithbonder, so I'll just take the, the rare here for rare drafting purposes. Take up the shield. Okay, second copy of that I'm very happy to have. Alright, so Furious Bellow or an Axel 2-drop. How many of these I have? I guess I have the trick, so I'm gonna take the 2-drop just in case I actually need more 2-drops. Well, I have 2 ways to kick this now. I don't know. This is a lot of options for the deck building here. I don't need a 1 mana haster. Alright, so let's cut the lands and I will be playing 17. Do I want to play Phoenix Chick here? I'm not going to play all the expensive cards. I will play the Phalanx, and I think the Monstrosity being I mean, it's fairly easy to get it. Cost 5. You have to have a power creature with 3 power, which I can just naturally have here, and also with Enlist. I can just have it that way. So I'm gonna play both of those. Now the question is, do I want to play Shallai's Acolyte, which is only a 5 mana 3/4 flyer? I will, I think, use it as a sideboard option against decks that don't have that many, for example, reach creatures, because this format has the Mary's Outrider, but of course the 4 mana 4/4 black common that has reach. That can stop your flyers that easily, very, very easily. So, and even a 3/4 flyer can't get past it. So I'm gonna cut this from the main deck. Maybe I'll play the Outrider because I will have 2 lands that enable me a third point of damage for this thing. Well, I mean, I still might cut it, but let's keep it in here for now. And then, yeah, I think the double heroic charge is more interesting than the Warhost's Frenzy. So I'm going to cut that. And how many 2-drop creatures I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is 9. I can cut, and I will cut for sure one of them. I don't think I'm gonna cut any of the 3s. No, I just want to have access to those for curve reasons. I do like the War Brute here too. The Enlist Trampler, always quite interesting. So one of the Faithbonders, I think it's the weakest. Although the Coupling Picker, well, there is one thing this thing does. It does, help you when you're flooding out, or also helps you when you don't need lands but don't draw them, and then you can draw into some. If the only way to win is like have a heroic charge or something like that, sometimes you have mana to use the ability. So I'm gonna cut one of the Faithbonders, and now I'm thinking about the Phoenix Chick. I think this also is a sideboard card when I know the opponent can't easily block a flyer, a 1/1 flyer that is, and also when I'm the beatdown, because against other aggressive decks, especially on the draw, you might not want to play creatures that cannot block. Now that leaves me at 24 cards, and I would need to make one more card, and I think it is between the Goblin Picker and how many creatures? That is 16 plus the Captain's Call. So I have enough creatures here. Yeah, I think I like the Outrider here. Maybe it is one of the 2s, because I think I still have 8 creatures here. Yeah, that's correct. So I could have 7 creatures. I mean, that cost 2 mana. Of course, that's what I meant. I mean, if I don't cut that, I will keep both Take Up the Shields. I like them quite a bit, that's for sure. I do think I want to have the high end. I have had some trouble against some domain decks with aggressive decks that just are not able to attack at the point when they deploy their expensive stuff. And with these things I can at least maybe, these are not completely embarrassing to attack with, especially when I have some little bit of support from my tricks here. So I don't really feel like cutting them, which means I will cut a 2-drop. Maybe it is the picker. I hope I don't flood out and that I don't need to use this ability. In the end, this is a 2-mana 2/2 and nothing else. If you don't have to use the ability, that is. That's now 15 white, 9 red, and I think with the missionary I should play, and I guess with the outrider and the missionary, I will play both the black producing lands. This is 4 enters tapped lands though, but I like the fact I have 2 that fix my main color, so I can play a 10/9 mana base basically here, thanks to the Sacred Peaks. Alright, so despite me having more white, do I actually need more red? I don't have a double caster red, and while this thing, has an activated ability, usually you won't be able to use it more than twice. Of course, you can use more if you have, for example, some extra counters from Take Up the Shield or mid-combat with Heroic Charge, but point is, I have only one of these, so I don't have that many reasons to have access to like a double red. So, and I have a double white spells here, and I also have a majority of my cards are white. Majority of my 2-drops are white. So I should actually not play even 10/9, I should play 11/8, I think. To make sure I always have access to white and also access to double white when I happen to need it. I also could have it, for turn 4, which sees me playing 2 white 2-mana cards, so that would also require double white. So it's still early in the format, so I will play with Dominaria United lands. So this is now 3 white producing lands, so I will put 8 more, and that's 11 white producing lands, and then I put 5 mountains here, which means I still have access to 8 red producing lands. Should be good enough. That's the main deck. I have some amount of sideboard options. I can even play these out of the sideboard. I can pay the kicker cost. I have 2 lands that enable it. But this is the main deck. Yeah, I would prefer to have my 2-drop, especially because this is in my hand, but I still have a 3-mana 2/2 flyer, and of course I can still draw. I'm on the draw, so I have 2 outs. I mean, not 2 outs, but 2 turns to draw a 2-drop, which actually happened, which is also going to make the Phalanx quite cheap. It has flash, so I don't need to play it right away. Alright, Grotto, Forest. Oh, are they missing a land drop? Yes, they are. This kicker is 3, so you have to pay 3 mana to actually keep the damage, but it's fine. I can play it, and in fact next turn, if all of my creatures survive, I can play this for 3 and play the tapped land on the next turn, and then this will cost 4, and basically I win there. Opponent also didn't want to see. I mean, they didn't. They saw me play nothing. So it's quite interesting they had this early concession there, because, I mean, I understand that they concede when I play the Flash Flyer, but imagine I don't have a 3-drop. That's only 2 1/1s here. So I think, even though I've been guilty of early concessions, even I wouldn't have conceded it at this point yet. Alright, so I didn't know anything about their deck. I think I can guess based on the Grotto that it's gonna have more than 2 colors in it. Maybe some kind of domain thing. But hard to say. I don't think I can easily adjust my deck here, so I'll just use the same cards, and if it goes to game 3, then I can also sideboard before that. Yargle. Alright. Well, same thing as last time. My first play will be a 3-drop, but unless I get lucky, but it's still a keepable hand. Outrider will be dealing 3 actually. Okay, this time I didn't get lucky and top deck a 2-drop. Forest and Plains. Alright, so now I drew a 2-drop. Now I could consider just playing the Fate Ponder because I have, you know, these lands here, so this might be a turn 6 play, but then again, I just hope they don't have the 4 mana 4/4 reach thing, because that would be annoying. They don't. I want to start attacking with the flyer, because the 1/3 can't really, you know, attack into anything really. So, okay, I'll just just attack with this thing, play the Fate Ponder, have the take up the shield up, then I can play the Outrider and then maybe get some good value out of the Heroic Charge, depending on how much removal they have. Could they get another copy of a token here? So I don't know what the green is for, it seems like they have a black and white deck here. That has many, so I can't even consider blocking it. Right, so I could attack with a 3/3 here. Or I can do guaranteed 2 points, but of course I have to take up the shield here, and I don't think they're gonna block with the Warhorse, so I should, you know, attack with the Enlist guy. If they block with it though, am I gonna save it? I'm gonna just trade it and play the Outrider if they block, but let's do it like this. Now this way I can deal more damage, because I think they're gonna take 3 here. Okay, they actually chose to... I mean, it will cost mana to activate it. It has an activated ability, but it's 1 mana, so they actually chose to, you know, let this trade happen, which I'm happy about. They take 3. No, I will be able to kick this. At 6 mana you can kick this and you get Trample, which can be quite important for things that have, you know, 4 power before the pump effect. It will be a 6 power Trampler. And they have this, you know, full basic lands, 4 colors. And they also have a white, black card deck that has basic forests and basic mountains, so that's... I understand now why did they you know, I understand why did they concede early the previous game. So they will attack with this because it's free attack. I will take 5. I'm gonna block this because I think they don't have anything. I don't want to take 2 damage for fun here. Alright, another Heroic Charge. So I'll just attack with everything. Maybe I'll just pump regardless, because I will be pumping next turn anyway. I mean, I don't expect any blocks here. Maybe they block with the 1/1, which means the Trample will be useful. Although I would have preferred to have the take up the shield up here, but I'm gonna Trample here so much damage that I'm gonna do it like this. That's 9 damage to... Now I just hope they don't have a removal on the Outrider. Or I guess the Skyrider is still also pretty good, because it's a 2-turn clock with the Heroic Charge. Just, okay, don't remove both of my guys. That's my ask. I don't die here. I'm taking 6 if they attack me. They can't deal additional 6 points that easily. Now there's 1 removal, is there? No splinters. Oh, that's a really good one. Can I just said don't remove both of my guys when I'm tapped out with take up the shield in my hand. Okay, well, not great, but it's something I can still survive here. I mean, I can attack into that and save my guy, but it's really not what I wanted to see here. I will gain a bunch of life though, because I have to use both of my pump spells to kill it and have my creature survive. I can't even give it Trample. That's sad. Well, I guess that would be only one point, but oh well. Yeah, that was the Bone Splinters with the Lagamos was annoying. Well, I can't kick this because then I can't play the take up the shield. I will gain 5 life though. And this will be a 3/3, but it's a 2-turn clock, so yeah, the fact they had this combination of plays on the previous turn, that makes it a bit hard. I mean, of course, if they kill this, I'll just lose. If they don't kill it, I'm not necessarily going to win the game, because I mean, it doesn't really require much, and they had even this thing. Alright, so they have pretty ambitious mana in their deck. But I mean, I'm not here to judge their deck, but just an observation maybe. So if I attack with this thing, this will get tapped and they will get +3. No, it's a they have +4/+4. Right, on the menace. That's 7/7. Okay, so they had to have a Radha here. I don't have a way to deal 6 to them, because if I attack with this I will lose. One blocker won't be enough. This will be a +4/+4 on the menace. They will attack with this and the 2/1. That's... yeah, I mean... I guess I can see what they do. Maybe they do make some kind of mistake, but... the fact I have to leave this guy rider back means I won't be winning here. Yeah, the turn with the Bone Splinters and the Shalais, that was really nasty because I didn't want them to have a blocker for my flyer. Alright. So they did not pump the menace guy, but they... no, actually I survive now. I'm not sure why would they... it doesn't matter though, because I'm still at 3 here, yeah. Yeah, I guess it makes sense not to pump the menace guy, because they didn't know if I have a removal spell there or not, so it was better to spread out the damage there. But of course I had to make such blocks that was miserable. Alright, so as long as they hit their, all the basic lands they need, I will... They have, of course, powerful cards in the deck, because they just play the best cards from 4 different colors, but does that really change anything from me? Do I need a Warhost's Frenzy? I mean, I guess I'll just assume... yeah, they don't have a lot of early drops either. I think I can get early on the battlefield. Is anything here like particularly bad? Do I want to play the Frenzy here? I feel like it might be interesting, but then again... okay, the Infusion might not be that interesting, and I will play the Frenzy here to have a third way to, pump my team to beat the opponent. I think that's my sideboarding here. And now I do want to hit my 2-drop, because I don't want to give them time to find their mana and have their superior cards take over the game. Okay. Reinforcements into Phalanx, and also have these, although currently no way to get the free tokens, but it doesn't require much. No, 2 1/1s, or yeah, I'll have this is just a 2/2 for 2. I think I'll play the 1/1s instead. I also might hit a 3-drop. Oh, they have... well, that's sad. Look at... alright. Look like they're hitting their stuff with all that. With their mana base, they have a white-red 2-drop which they were able to cast there. Alright, anyway, I'm gonna use the Take Up the Shield if they block. I don't think they're gonna block, in which case I can play my Recruiter. That's fine, because the other good thing is that this guy has now a +1/+1 counter, meaning that the Recruiter will in fact start producing the extra tokens. And do they have removal on it? Yes, they do. Oh, okay. Change of plans. No tokens, which is a bit sad. Okay, they don't have access to green right now. Should do this pre-com, but just in case I lose my guys. Now I get 1 more land and I can kick this thing. Equal to the number of attacking creatures. Okay, so they are removing... they are removing my stuff, which is only gonna be a problem if I keep hitting lands. I guess the 6th one isn't so bad. Now I'm gonna deal the additional 2 here. I have to do it. I could play the Frenzy. No, I will... I mean, I could play this because that gives me an additional token, but I'd rather use the Frenzy when I have 3 attackers, so... they're going down to 10. Now really, do they have more removal? That's something I can live with. Don't like that, but I can kick this. So they're gonna block the Recruiter, right? I get to draw a card, and then this won't be alive to give me a token, but they will also take 7+... sorry, 4 plus 3, that's 7 damage total. Well, that has to be enough then. I mean, in the end. But let's go. I will draw a card because I will be able to kick this. Does it matter? This is gonna be this. I will do it like this, right? No lands, please. Okay, that is definitely a good one because they are at 3, so even 1/1s are relevant now. I assume they can kill the Skyrider. They don't have a green mana yet. Okay, that's much better. They actually don't get to cast their spells because their mana base is quite ambitious. Now I will win unless they have mass removal. And I can still win after mass removal because I have my, you know, the domain 5-drop here, which will actually deal 3 to them. So now I can just, you know, attack with everything and see what happens. They had the lifelink thing. Yeah, that actually would have worked. The thing that gives +1/+1 counter and gains lifelink and indestructible. They would have, you know, gained 6 life in that case. They would be at 1 here still. But I would have still, you know, won in the next turn. Right, so that was a... I mean, they had 3 cards in their hand, but they didn't have green mana. So I guess they had some green cards among those three ones, and they weren't able to play them because they did play 4 colors. Wow. I mean, I can play this 4-drop and this 5-drop, but I have no 2 or 3 drops. I'm on the play, so... I mean, I would be happy if I get to play something on turn 3. Either a 2-drop or a 3-drop. I have 2 draw steps before my turn 3. I have a total of around maybe 10 spells I can draw in 2 draw steps, 10 out of 33. There's like around a 50% chance I get to cast something. Problem is with this hand, every extra land is basically useless, so I have to mulligan this. Because if I draw like 50% lands and spells, that's gonna be miserable. Don't mulligan into a 1-lander. Well, I would have preferred both colors here, but I don't think I can mulligan any further, so I just need to hit my 3rd land. Ideally, I mean, I could also, you know, not keep the heroic charge, but I think it's better to keep that than the Outrider. Yeah, ideally a mountain here because I do want to play both my stuff. Opponent did also mulligan, but now this is a classic mulligan a 5-lander, which you could have kept into a 2-lander, which, you know, would have been miserable if I didn't hit that mountain. Now I'm happy. The brawler is a really good one. So Cabo is... They already have a 3/3 brawler. Man, this card is so good when... Because it's not hard to get it into a 3/3. In the domain deck, you will easily have 3 land types. Now, don't think the land is... I mean, the flyer is too valuable. I mean, let's say I hit land drops, 3 land drops back to back. I might even play this at 6 mana, but we'll see. I mean, if I do draw 3 lands back to back, I will play the Warp Root, and then I can play the Fire Nado, and then I would have 6 lands for this thing. But now, look at this. What a turn. The problem here is that if I don't attack, they can still attack with the brawler, and that's valuable for them. If I attack, I'm losing the race, but I think that's my only chance here. Yeah, I mean, they're playing a 2-mana 3/3 is, of course, pretty powerful. It has all even trample, so... This is gonna be a 3/3. They can just, you know, pay twice. The 1-mana and the 2-mana activation, they have double black here. So, this is also an uncommon rare, so... Maybe sometimes you just accept that not all games are to be won. I will trade with the Raven man here. I mean, I'm taking 8 if I don't. I can't beat them. Yeah. I can't block the sleeper because it will be a 3-3 if they so decide. I would really wish to be able to, you know, just kill it for free, but I sadly have to trade. But yeah, this start from the opponent, that was a really powerful one. Not much for me to say here. They can also choose just to not use the evolved sleeper and play a 3-drop here or a 4-drop. Liliana of the Whale. Yeah, alright.
This is my home,
sure.
and I don't appreciate it when people touch mine.
Sure. Let's see what happens in next game. Artillery blast. This is something I can use to deal with the Liliana. I'm actually going to take it because they play Liliana and make me sack. It will be at 1 loyalty. I didn't see reach guys yet, but or flyers, but I think I will play the Phoenix chick here. What will be the cut though? I think it's gonna be the Fate Bonder. And how about the Warhost's Frenzy? No, I don't think so. Acolyte. Better than the Outrider, maybe. I'll have it like this. I don't think I want to change too much. I still want to be able to curve out and hope that maybe they don't curve out that efficiently than they did in the previous game. Oh, come on. Oh, well, I won't be keeping this hand, and this is... it's okay, but I need to be a bit lucky and draw the specific. I mean, just creatures. Opponent also mulligan there, so maybe they have to mulligan again. That was my hope there, actually. What? All right, so they have also a million colors there. Of course, they have the domain thing, but that is good even in a dynasty. It's good even when you have a only can make it into a 3-3, but obviously they are playing a lot more than that. And they have a 1.4. Yeah, this 2-drop in both of these games, they just blanked my attack on turn 2. They are ahead in the race. I drew 2 lands here after mulliganing to 6 and keeping a land heavy hand. So, and there's at least I can play that and threaten the pump there. So if the opponent doesn't have anything, they can't actually attack. So there is that. Because it will be a 3-3 first striker, the brawler will always have only 3 toughness. So let's see if they can attack, and yeah, of course they can. So I mean, this only means that they are gonna have a pump spell. I'm gonna lose my knight here. Well, I guess my best chance to win is that they make a mistake. They forgot it has first strike or something like that. And I'm gonna concede when something happens now. Yeah, I'm gonna get trampled. Well, maybe not concede because that was just a removal spell. I took only 3. Something like a Gaia Smite would have been a little bit nastier, although it would have been only a +3/+3 sleeper. Okay, now I can concede because I just drew these lands. I mean, even with a better draw, it would have been very hard to beat this kind of draw. The Nishoba Brawler is just an amazing 2-drop. Maybe they had multiples of those in the deck. Okay, so I'm at 1-1. Let's hope it's not yet another 1-2 result in my recorded drafts. I have had those even in my unrecorded ones, but I also have had 3 O's that I haven't recorded. But alright, so this is a keepable hand. Opponent mulligans to 6 now. Well, we don't see it yet because they are deciding whether they go to 5 or put one of those cards to the bottom of the deck. I have yet to make a token with this card, but maybe with the Fate Bonder it can happen. So they kept 6. Okay, 1 drop. Ah, defender deck. Let's see if the infusion is gonna be good. I guess it's... I mean, I can attack into it and then post-combat give it -2 toughness. Or maybe they have a 2-drop I'm gonna deal with. Nope. This is an artifact creature. This can be sacked to destroy an artifact. But... they are gonna block regardless. I don't really know. I mean, they are. I mean, it's not gonna be the recruiter here. I guess it's going to be the. It's gonna be the Steel Crusher. It's probably not going to matter too much, but we'll see. Okay, we both draw cards, or they get a 1. We both draw cards. Okay, I don't mind because okay, that was a lot of non-lands there. I'm happy to, you know, get those away, done, dealt with. So I'm gonna have now the the Berserker is the best. So I should. Well, I mean, I can. Well, let's just attack first. I'm sure they're gonna block here. And then I could, you know, play the infusion to get rid of it. But I can always get rid of it with this thing. I'm just gonna play the Berserker here. I can enlist on the next turn and then, you know, with the recruiter, I can get the 1/1 token, which will be relevant with the heroic charge in my hand. I mean, particularly relevant here now. I haven't seen other than planes from them now. Now they did mulligan here, so they kept a hand that didn't have other colors. They just drew 2 cards, so I'm assuming they will be able to, you know, hit some other color now. If they kill the Berserker, it will kill the token here. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, yeah, of course, chapter 3 gives the tokens there. Phalanx. Alright, well that's a little bit annoying, but I guess I can live with that. I have yet to draw actually a land despite drawing those 2 cards. Well, anyway, now I can attack with the 4/2, and if they don't trade with it, this will cost still 4, so it doesn't help. But I will be able to use the recruiter here, so... Oh, it's not a 4, it's only undeclared. Why did... Usually this, you have a 2 power creature to tap. So anyway, I'm gonna do this then, because if they block with the Phalanx, this dies and deals 3. Yeah, I almost made a mistake. Why did I make that mistake? If they block with the Phalanx, I think I'm going to use the Flowstone Infusion in that case, so that it will trade 5 power Berserker trades with this thing, and then it kills the drawbridge maybe, or the 1/1 flyer. I guess to kill the drawbridge with the Steel Crusher. Okay, I kind of hoped they won't be blocking here, and that happened. So now this will give me a token, and the infusion can kill the 1/1, which I'm sure they're going to target. I'm sure they're gonna target with the +1/+1 counter on the Phalanx and the 1/1 flyer. Why would they target the drawbridge there? This Phalanx does have a vigilance, so that is nasty. Because they can, you know, attack and block with it. The 4 cards in hand. My Phalanx is only a 2-drop now. Okay, they get more creatures. At least they are tapped out. I have to take the 5 from the Phalanx here. I know I could have double blocked it and killed it with the infusion, but nope. Alright, finally a land, but it is a slow one. So sadly I cannot. With the planes specifically, I would have been able to double spell here, because even though if I had a 2-drop red creature, I could play the phalanx after that, but now I can only play one of them. So before I attack, I think I should play the phalanx to, you know, to make it castable. Right. So again, it's going to be the Berserker here. And if they don't block with the 5/5, I get another 1/1, which is relevant with the heroic charge here. And if they block with the phalanx, they lose their 5/5. Also, good stuff. Now I have the option to double block the phalanx with my 2/2 and a 4/4. If they try to do something nasty, I mean trick or removal or whatever, I have the mana to sacrifice the Steel Crusher to get rid of the drawbridge. So I think I will consider that. Although my what's that? That's annoying. Yeah, my hero charge is pretty decent here though. I can still jump and kill the drawbridge. No, I don't think they want to attack with everything. What are they doing? How many times do they want to do that? Alright, so sadly the heroic charge is a +2 and this has 5 toughness. I kind of need to have the Fire Nado here to kill the 5/5. Once I do that, it's gonna be fine. So I'm gonna use mana efficiently. I don't want them to have the O3 there. They can also, you know, start using the tap ability at some point, because late enough in the game the 3 mana is no big deal there. I mean, what are they thinking? I just declared the blocks. Why would they do anything at this point? Okay, with an untapped land, I do like my chances, hoping they of course don't have a way to save this guy. If they do, that's going to be annoying. But at least I got to do the thing with Pirate. Yeah, bird. What is the opponent thinking? Is there a way for them to save this thing? I mean, if there is, I'd rather them maybe save this and then maybe my Fire Nado will kill the phalanx. But so they haven't taken out the shit. But they used it on the wrong thing. I mean, this is just not even dealing damage. It doesn't have trample. Was that a mistake? Or they have like a, you know, their bite spell there. And bite down. Okay, so they can. Okay, fine. Now the sad thing is, of course, that this is a 6/6 now, which is not going to be able to be killed with the Fire Nado. But maybe I will use the heroic charge in here. I mean, if I need. I mean, if I'm losing the Berserker and the heroic charge, they lose the 6/6. Because this will be like a 4 power dice finishes this off. They have 1 card in hand, 1/1 battle against each other. I lose cards there, but that's going to be the better play. I do want this 6/6 to go away. If I have to use 2 cards to do that, that's what I'm gonna do. I mean, I hope they block. If they don't block, well, then I play a Fate Ponder and a Skyrider. Yeah, I have a lot of cards in here. I'm not sure if I want to even play the Skyrider, but because it's one mana away from being able to be kicked, and that can be relevant with the amount of creatures here. Alright. Actually, I could have finished it off with the Fire Nada too. I mean, it would have been even better to not use the heroic charge, but you know, they block this, I kill one of the 1/1s and then finish it off with the Fire Nada. That was the correct play, by the way, which is not available for me. I guess I could have attacked with everything. Well, it doesn't matter now, I mean, it's done. So, can't play this sadly. This doesn't do anything, this doesn't do anything, so it's gonna be, at least this is gonna happen always, and then I will decide later on. This has flash after all, so. I'll take 6 now. I guess with the cards I have. Well, I'm not blocking here. I go to 9. I think I'm gonna play these because I have so many spells to still cast here that it might be better to just play this thing. I don't like that they have this thing available there, but deal damage. I'm just gonna play this. I don't hesitate to draw a land. Well, I did, but I still have here, you know, plays available. So I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to attack with the Berserker, making it into a 3-power creature. And if they triple block it with the 1/1s, I can, yeah, all I need to do is get rid of the Phalanx and then I'm good to go. Attacking with everything doesn't make sense now that they got the blockers, even though I can make my guys trample. They are at 18. So I'm going to just do this and this. They are not gonna block with the Phalanx because I could just trade, but they might block with 3 1/1s, and I would be happy if that happens. Then I can deal 3 to the Phalanx, and then of course finish it off with the Fire Nada, and then probably win, given that I have, you know, more relevant cards here. They will be having 2 1/1s. I have still all this stuff in here. Well, that's interesting, but I could use the charge, but sadly it would not be enough to kill this thing. This would have 5 power, dealing 5 to them. Phalanx isn't gonna help, so this is fine. I get to scry 1 first. I have no cards in hand, so this is gonna work. Yeah, I mean, if they top deck a good lucky top deck with a strong creature, I can get rid of it. Yep, this should be fine now. I have the monstrosity and the charge with fairly decent amount of creatures here still. I can cast this. That's I have to be a bit careful because they have, you know, mana to pump this, and I'm only at 9. But I don't think it's too much of a concern. I will enlist with this, attack with this. The trading with the Vanguard is totally fine. If they block the Fate Bonder, I'm fine with that. Post combat I will play the monstrosity. And then I can start considering the heroic charge. Each of my guys get +2 power and trample. It's like 4, so the amount of trample damage I can push through is 9, 13. I think it's 20 trample, 20 points of trample, which is actually lethal given the current situation. They can use this pump ability on my turn. Oh yeah, I do have 2 of these guys. I think that's almost lethal, so they will have, once they use this, they will have 7 points of toughness. I will have 3, 3, 3, that's not plus, I mean, all of them will get +2, so that's 9, +4, 13, +7, 20. And they will have 7 points of toughness, which means they will be at 1. They will take 13. They will also lose 13, so They are tapped out. They will lose every creature they have. I will lose whatever I lose, and then they will be at 1, and I will have plenty of creatures still left. They also have to block with everything, or they will lose. Of course they will block, why wouldn't they? Okay, so 2/2 flyer, 5/5 trampler. And this thing also is any target, so that is it. That was more than enough. Well, not the final game necessarily. I could lose the next one. But yeah, now I know that they are... So they weren't actually a defender deck after all. They just had this as a, you know, card in their green-white deck that is splashing for red, but I didn't see much more than... Well, actually I only saw 2 green cards, but I did see, you know, 3 forests, so that means they are gonna have a number of green cards, I think. What do these cards make me want to sideboard? In or out? Destroy evil is something to keep in mind, but I have, you know, plenty of targets for it. I'm not going to cut all of them, plus also it works after I have played the heroic charge. Phoenix stick, is that... Do they have a way to deal with flyers? I didn't see yet. I think I am the aggressor here. But also my 2-drops are pretty decent against them. Don't think the blast is gonna do much. Yep, alright. So I'm going to keep the same deck for now. Maybe if I really find that I need a flyer, because I do have the 5 mana 3/4 flyer. I could have that instead of the Outrider, for instance. If I feel like I really need a flyer, but I don't think... I think the most likely card to sideboard in with this deck is the 3rd mass pump effect, the red one that has the black kicker +2/+0. That might be important, because I didn't see a lot of removal from the opponent. It might be easy to go wide with this in this matchup for me, and then, you know, the mass pump effects are going to be pretty good. Alright. Yeah, I will have the opportunity to sideboard if I lose this one. Okay, first time showing for the missionary. I don't have a mountain here, but I can play my 3 white spells, so I'm gonna keep it. Get some life buffer with the missionary maybe. Or if I quickly draw them, you know, one of the 2 tapped lands that produce black, might refrain from playing this, but and we will also see what's there early play. Can I connect with 2 power here? Okay, that's a good one. Does that mean I should... Now I'm gonna play this. It will take some time before I can enlist with this. So next turn I can play this, enlist it on turn 4, and then play this. For example, that's an option. Not sure about the Skyrider. I think it depends on if I'm going to draw a land or not. Because if I'm gonna go... Yeah, I did draw it. So, I mean, I will be able to get to 6 mana quite easily now. So I think I'm gonna just play the Fate Ponderer. Oh, they might have a removal spell here. Well, it could also be a pump spell. Okay, I get to connect once. So I'm gonna do this. The idea is that on the next turn, I can enlist the Fate Ponderer and then play this post-combat get a 1/1. Even if it means I don't get to gain the life, but that is the 1/1 is gonna be worth 2 life, I'm sure. Assuming it works. This can attack as a 3 power creature, so they would have to have like a... Well, they can have the 4 mana 4/4, for instance, but we'll see. They had no play on the first 3 turns, so I have now the tempo advantage. So they have a 3/3 there, which is totally fine. which is totally fine. Yep. I don't mind if they trade. And that's what they do. They might have a pump spell here to save their guy, but then I get rid of the pump spell already. So now I'm still playing this, of course, but I don't get to draw the card. I will have the reinforcements, and then at 6 I can maybe have a massive Skyrider kicker. If I get to 6, but I guess if I draw only spells for the rest of the game, that's not such a bad situation to be in either. Okay, an 0-3, I'm not scared about that, but they are having something, but they just don't plan on casting it. Well, I guess I'll see what happens. I'm gonna attack with everything. I mean, if they have some stuff to get rid of any of this stuff, then they are. Alright, another of those. I really hope to get the 6th land right now, because getting, you know, do 2 of these back-to-back turns when I have these many creatures here, that's gonna be pretty sweet. I do have 4 lands that enter tapped, so I guess the number of untapped lands in my deck is 13 total minus 5, 8 only. So 8 out of 28 to get an untapped land on the next turn. Okay, so let's see your trick. Gaia's Might, maybe. That's +3, +3 now. Killing the missionary. Colossal Growth. Similar. And then I have a 4-4, which makes them go to 12. And this is really a 3 mana to tap a creature, not something they can easily do anytime soon. I mean, they can do it, but that would leave them only 3 mana. Destroy them, for sure. They actually don't have any other white, so that was... I guess whether they tap or block doesn't matter now. I'm not playing that. By the way, now that I drew a tap land, I'm definitely not playing a 2/2 flyer. I will, you know, wait until I can kick this stuff. It will be dealing 3 damage. It's enough to kill the drawbridge, for instance. Now, if I play this, I can deal 4 to them. Okay, well that does change things a lot. Oh yeah, I'm actually gonna do the Skyrider now, because I need to kill this, and I need 4 damage to do that, and I need 4 attackers to be able to do it. So that did change things. Alright, there is that one, so this doesn't really matter. I just attack with everything. They're gonna block with the phalanx. Now, I could also deal 4 to them, but they would go to 6 and therefore I think it's not lethal. I mean, if it's not lethal, I'm not gonna let the recruiter die. So I do this, they go to 6 and then they take 4, they go to 2 and this survives. Don't like that. Hopefully they don't have a way to save it. Okay, they have these flyers to deal with. And I have still both of my mass pump effects left. They can tap one of the flyers. I'm a lot wider than they are, so I mean, I can just wait until I draw more creatures and then attack past whatever defenses they might have. Alright, so that was a little bit of an easier matchup. 2-1, definitely better than the 1-2s. At least getting a 1000 gems here. And 3 packs. About the deck, I think the heroic charges. These are, sometimes we have a variant of this kind of a card in a set, and they are not usually that good. I guess with the deck that has a Captain's Call, reinforcements, it's decent, and of course there's I didn't pick them or see many of them in the draft, but there's the white common 3 mana 2/2 with Enlist that comes with the 1/1 token. That's also, you know, 2 creatures in 1, making stuff like heroic charge better. So I think that I'm not sure if I should have played all these expensive cards. I could have been more aggressive, but maybe not with stuff like 2-mana 2/2s. With more high quality 2 and 3 drops, I could have caught maybe a few of these hitters, heavy hitters here. But I think this deck was fairly decent, and 2-1 is a kind of an acceptable and expected result for this kind of deck. So that's it, and I will see you in the next video in a couple of days. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.